Today's, I guess, Monday. It's just after 4:30. I'm gonna head over to the pool and meet Roz. We're gonna swim outside pool didn't open until Memorial Day, but figure that's something we can do this afternoon. It's been pretty warm, probably in the low 60s, upper 50s. I got the car cleaned up, just quick C6, whatever. My de-leafing from yesterday looks pretty decent. We need some fresh mulch out here. That will happen fairly soon, but all of this in here in between these boxwood bushes was totally packed. So now there's not one leaf out there. In the area that I did, I still have to work on the other side of the sidewalk, and we've got to cut all this dead stuff off so it can start to grow here soon, but everything's just covered in mud right now, so that can't happen yet. But those two there are really prickly, so I mean I can't even wear gloves because it'll just tear the gloves up, tear my hands up. Same thing here, so I'm not really sure how to get all of this crap out of here, or all oak leaves in there. I mean, I could go and get some forceps and try to pull them out one by one, but that would take the better part of a month. Just the way these bushes are, I don't know, I could try to dump mulch in there and cover them up. I don't know what my answer is going to be with that. I would need some like aluminum gloves to do that, right? It is starting to rain again. Unfortunately, by the end of the week, we're supposed to get several inches of snow, which always happens. It's 60 degrees right now. It's going to be 70 next weekend. A couple days in the upper 60s and low 70s. But before then, they're saying an inch of snow on Thursday and then another 1 to 3 on Friday. So wonderful. So I don't know if I started to talk about it yet, but we talked about this like a couple months ago at this point. My backup drive, I used the Lacy 4 terabyte. It's partitioned 2 ways, split right down the middle, 2 terabytes for Time Machine backups, 2 terabytes for vlog and file backups. The vlogs are about, they account for probably 99% of what I consider a file backup. I also have like, I went through it today and cleared out another 12 gigs, buy me another couple weeks, but obviously it's a problem that I'm not going to be able to avoid, that problem being running out of space. So, I mean, I've got options out the ass. I've got options that are free that would just include switching things around, and instead of 2 terabytes for Time Machine, I would do 1 terabyte. The way it is right now, I have a 1/4 terabyte, 250 gigs free on that drive, and it's backed up all the way through last July. I don't need that. I need a Time Machine. I need one solid image backup that in case my computer, stolen, lost, all my photos, music, all of that, I need a copy of that. I do not need copies from 6 months ago. I do not need copies from 6 days ago. I need one copy of that. I very infrequently use it as file retrieval. I don't know that I have ever gone back in time to get a file that got erroneously deleted. But even I would notice if something were missing very quickly, the way I use my system. So I don't need backups going back very far. So 1 terabyte would be acceptable for the Time Machine partition. However, I did try to resize that. I formatted the Time Machine partition months ago, tried to extend the backup partition, and it won't let me do that. The way that the Time Machine partition must have been written to the drive first. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is format the Time Machine partition, so that'll clear 2 gigs up, 2 terabytes up, move the 2 terabytes of vlog backups over to that partition, then wipe the old vlog backup partition and turn that into the Time Machine partition, but first do a 3-1 split. So 3 terabytes for file backups, 1 terabyte for Time Machine. That wouldn't really cost me anything. I wouldn't even have to go and buy a temporary drive to go and park stuff on for a couple hours while I reformat. That's my other option, is to go buy a whatever 2 or more terabyte drive, move over the vlogs, park them there for a couple hours, format the existing 4 terabyte drive how I want it done, and then move it over to the 3-1 setup. But I can kind of do the 3-1 setup without having to move everything off of the 4 terabyte Lacy drive right now. Pros of just doing it on the drive right now and not buying a temporary is I don't have to go and buy a temporary. I don't have to deal with returns and credit card refunds, and I don't have to move the data twice. I would only have to move 2 terabytes once. Suppose there might be some risk of data corruption or whole drive corruption whenever you partition stuff. You never know. I do trust disk utility pretty well, but there's a chance that stuff gets messed up. I would also be running a couple hours without any Time Machine backup. But the way Macs are pretty reliable. Their solid state drives don't just randomly fail. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's going to take a long time to do that, to move everything over. I'll have to have it plugged into a host computer to control the drive. I could use another computer other than mine if I don't want to tie mine up overnight or something. But I'm looking at about 25 gigabytes a month of log backup. So I'm creating, that's a lot of data, 25 gigs a month. If I could free up another terabyte, that would equate to about 40 months of trouble-free backups until I'm looking at being approximately full again. And it varies. Some months are 18 gigs, some months are 27. It's probably about 20 to 22 average. I'm calling it 25. And 40 months, who knows if I'm still vlogging. Maybe there's a new format. Vlogs go from 800 megabytes to 80 megs, or they get bigger. I mean, the flip days, back when it was really low quality, 720p 2997 frames, file size was smaller. Now I'm in 1080, I think I shoot in 30 frames, maybe still 2997 frames per second on this Canon. And then the other Canon, 1080p 30, obviously just much better sensor, much larger files. So that's where I am right now. I also looked at Amazon and stuff like the Drobo. I know Charles Trippy uses a Drobo, which I think works in RAID, and it mirrors hard drive to hard drive and keeps pretty much 2 copies of everything, which ideally, you know, money no object would be fantastic. The way I stand right now, if that drive fails, everything's gone. Like, everything's gone. The Time Machine backups are gone, the vlogs are gone. The vlogs are all on YouTube. Most of what is on my backup 2 terabyte partition is all somewhere else. But I like having 2-3 copies of things. I'm not about to go to YouTube and re-download everything. The ones that you can download on YouTube from your video profile, it'll download 60 meg files, very low quality, compressed to hell, copies of the vlog. So what I have are the original exports that I uploaded. And I don't reference them very frequently, but I do want the full quality copies when possible. But the Drobo, I mean, just the enclosure that'll hold like 5 or 10 drives is $600. And then you start loading that up with drives and it's very expensive. Even if I just go out and buy an 8 terabyte, 3.5 inch SATA 6 gigs interface hard drive for the existing the Lacy enclosure, I'm looking at $400 for a drive like that. And that would buy me many years of future storage space, but that's several $100s. So, and I already have a 4 terabyte drive. I feel like maybe I could get an enclosure that holds 2 drives and then work them in RAID and put 2 4 terabyte drives in there. That would be better than 1 8 terabyte. But that's all going to cost hundreds of dollars. And if I can do it for free in just a couple hours of time, I think that's my best solution for the time being. Looks like it's frickin' oil time again. We get that light now when I shut her down. Took a different spot today. It's raining and I don't want to walk very far. And I found what I believe to be a Melbourne Red, I don't know the chassis, E84. It's not the first C4, I don't know. Z4 S-Drive 35i. So that's the one that was only available with the ZF8 speed. Couldn't get a manual on that. Looks like he's got some winter wheels on it. I don't know what that says. MWOZ? MSW? I don't know. And Bridgestone, those might be Blizzak WS80s or something.
Oh, it's a Frymobile. I have to know how to build this. Oh wait, it comes with stickers.
Their instructions, Russ?
Yeah, but I have to build it.
It's high quality dining here tonight.
I'm assuming the mustache goes on the front.
God.
Is there a face? Oh, there is a face.
Come on. Wait, I see 2 holes. There we go, there we go. Heart in my heart.
Good song, I was just gonna say that. We'll check back in shortly.
So complex.
It's a masterpiece, Razvan.
She did it.
Very nice.
I don't know how to do this.
It's beautiful.
The truck is like bigger than her. Her name is Fry.
Wait, does it have the full leather interior? No, it's just the extended.
Yeah. He's like walking weird.
He would run away.
He's fucked up. He's toast, dude.
You think he's dicked?
He's dicked.
Did he get into the liquor?
He's digging for acorns.
I think he got into the liquor.
That's Smirnoff.
Well, I don't know what to do. I've got to pick Megan up from the airport, and they've got the highway closed down here, and there's not even a median I can turn around in, so I guess we just sit. She just landed. I'm like 20 minutes away, and they've got the road closed, so we'll just sit and wait. It's been pouring down rain. I've hydroplaned a couple times. I don't know if somebody lost it and put it in the cabbage or what. That's actually hurting my eyes. So here we sit. So a few minutes after the last clip, the 2 police cars turned their lights off, or 3 police cars turned their lights off and headed out. So I don't know what that was about. Nobody was off the road there. There was no reason for a tow truck and guys running around the road moving big orange reflective barrels. I don't understand. So pretty much driving rain the rest of the way to pick her up. I got her, went back to her place, spent a couple minutes and then headed home. So I don't know what it is right now. I think it's after 2 o'clock. I'm tired and I'm going to head to bed. So with that, we'll talk tomorrow on what is Tuesday. Good night.